Welcome everybody to our Patreon exclusive School Sucks. For those of you getting an intro into this, the idea is myself, Dominic Guarini, the current instructor at the AIW Wrestling Academy, will take a student here and we'll talk about their experiences at the school and thus far in their careers. So joining me today on our very first episode, a polarizing student that seems everybody loves, Big Twan Tucker.
Yeah.
So, Twan, you started training, I want to say, what was it, around fall of 2017 or 2016?
2016,
yeah, fall of 2016. So when you first came to us, we were what? We were at Cal Crowell's?
Yep.
Okay.
Started out there.
Yeah, I was trying to think because that was where we were in that spot where we were in the garage, and then we were at Cal's, and then we went to Old School Iron after.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to start wrestling, and why did you choose the AIW school?
Okay, first out, when I was searching for a place to train, I was going to be mega wrestling at first, but they didn't respond to my messages or emails, calls, So
Calls?
Yeah.
They had a phone number?
Yeah. It went straight to voicemail, so I'm like, but I thought that was legit the only wrestling school in Ohio, period, because I was looking like, what's up, what's going on? So I was a little bit upset about that to my boy David. David, my friend, shoot me a message on Messenger. It was straight up poster of Johnny Gargano wanted to become a professional wrestler. I was like, what? Like, Johnny Gargano? I didn't know who claimed the Foray at the time, so I'm sorry. But Johnny Gargano? Like, say no more. Sign me up, So, after that, got on board.
So you come, and you get ready to come to Cal Crowell's. What's your mindset when you come into the gym and you see the ring and you see Johnny there? Let me jump into your mind. What was Big Twan's mind like that day, that first day?
Man, I was nervous. I was nervous. Seeing Johnny Gargano there, like in front of my face. I seen a whole bunch of wrestlers that's actually training, like actually seeing a ring. Like my adrenaline was pumping. Like, this is crazy. Like, did I really sign up? Like, I couldn't believe in my own eyes, But when I actually got in that ring, it was exhilarating. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Okay, why did you want to be a wrestler? Were you a fan? And of anybody, who made you want to be a wrestler?
Who made me want to be a wrestler? I would say somebody like Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe. Seeing them big boys in the ring moving like that, man, I was like, wow, like maybe I could do something like this, like. But at the same time, I just didn't believe I couldn't do it. Like, it's weird because when you get an opportunity like this, you gotta go forward with it at all times, So, and really, what really pushed me to do it was my boy David. He said, "Look, if you want to do something like this, go forward with it, 100%, and actually like make your friends, like with you, Dom, Frankie, Derek, everybody, John, Chandler Biggins." It really kept me pushing. It really kept me pushing to move forward. Like, I never thought I'd have as this much wrestling fans as have the passion and the love of professional wrestling. Like, I never found that before, ever.
Well, that's, wrestling is kind of like a big family, and, we're happy to have you. Let me go to a story that a lot of the fans wouldn't know. When you first came, Johnny and I are both awful with names, and Johnny was still the head instructor while you were there. And I remember you'd been training for a couple of weeks. You'd passed the first day drill, and Johnny turns to me and he goes, "Dom, what's his name?" And I was like, "Oh, shit." because I didn't know your name. I just knew you as like, oh gosh, this is the big guy, because it takes almost a month for any of us to learn anybody's names usually, because like we want to make sure they stick it out. So I go into the ring, which is where at the time we were keeping all of the like physical forms and all that stuff. So I grab your physical form and I grab it with my thumb over one of the letters of your name. And I remember we started calling you Twan. And we called you Twan for about a month.
I know.
What is your actual name? Your actual first name?
Actual first name, Twan, Tyvon.
So we were calling you Twan the whole time, because when I grabbed that paper, I had the bottom of the Y covered up. So me and Johnny are calling you Twan. And I think it was just one day you look and you go, Twan's not my name. It's Tyvon. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Like, I had a whole bunch of names, like for football, wrestling, like Tizzy. That was one of my favorite names. That was the seniors. But I was a freshman at the time, so people was calling me Tizzy out of nowhere. I didn't understand it, but everybody was calling me that. So, like when I'm like a newbie, I guess I did expect that y'all would call me something else that didn't make no sense. It's like Twan, well, that was completely new. But
I also remember that you got mad, like you were visibly mad because we weren't calling you by the right name. And then about 3 weeks later, we're like, well, what's your wrestling name gonna be? And you go, Big Twan. So you just ran with it?
I just ran with it, man. Like y'all are the genius behind the wrestling business, So I was like, all right, Big Twan, that's gonna be my name, man. Like,
so you made your debut at would have been Back to the Future Cup Part 2, as I'll call it, Back to the Future Cup 2017. Mm-hmm. And I will always remember this match for a couple of reasons. One, this was kind of like your guys' big debut. I trained a lot of you guys more than Johnny had, because I think you only had about a couple months with Johnny.
Yeah.
Out of all those guys that debuted in that match, realistically, Trey Lamar was the one who had the most time with Johnny. He had about 6 months. But most of you guys only had about 2 months before he had to move to Orlando.
Yep.
So that meant a lot to me, because it was like, well, if I'm really bad at training people, we're going to know. Hopefully, that you guys don't fall flat on your face. But one thing I always remember is the match before you guys, the bottom rope breaks. So you guys already have enough nerves going into your first match, and then you guys are dealt the hand of the bottom rope is broken and there's no bottom rope, and we're not stopping the show because we have all of your guys' fans there.
Exactly.
So kind of explain to me your mindset going into that debut scramble.
I was terrified. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was terrified. Like you don't expect something like that to happen. You expect everything to be nice, neat, organized, and something changed and so unexpected, and you got your adrenaline pumping, and you got to remember everything your match. My mind was spinning in places. I got my whole family there. Not my dad, surprisingly, but I had my whole family there waiting for me to come out. And then when I hear something like that, it's like, oh, like, is it going to affect my match? What's it going to do? But at the end of the day, we just got to go out there, go forward, So, hey, I do what I had to do.
Yeah, and you guys had a phenomenal debut match, and it got a lot of you guys over. Now, here's something I'm going to bring up that not a lot of people know. Out of that match, Trey, Chase, Josh Bishop, and you at that time, you guys formed No Consequences. But you don't make No Consequences. You get taken out for AJ Gray.
Man, they played.
What's your mindset?
They played me, man. They broke my heart, man. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm getting excited. Wasn't that Gary the King Baller? Oh my God, I still want to have a match with him. I still gotta have a match with him. It's still on site because he played me, man. He put AJ Gray in. I was like, hold on, who is this dude? Hold on. And they kicked me out of the building and stuff. I'm like, wait, what's going on? I couldn't even get in, man. Like, next thing you know, I mean, like, if I was in it, it would have ended in 2 minutes up top.
I mean, they won though.
I know, but they was getting their ass whooped, and stuff like that. So I would have ended it. so quick. It was like, oh snap, we ain't had to do all the flippy, Trey didn't had to get his, butt whooped like that. I tell you that, because I would have been in the ring, like, it would have been over, But hey, all right, they won, but it could have ended quick. Could have went home.
So you've become kind of an endearing character to the AIW faithful, and for the most part, Twitter in general, based on a few things. Your catchphrases, everybody loves your catchphrases. We'll start with that. Where did you come up with the ideas of stay woke, season never ends, all that good stuff?
Season never ends. That was from football. I always wanted this shirt called The Season Never Ends. But you got to get it once you start varsity defense. I wanted that shirt so bad. Like, once I got it my senior year, so happy, so ecstatic. I used to almost wear that every day. So Season Never Ends, that's where it started from. Stay Woke was actually from that movie Get Out, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That movie kept me woke, man. So I was just staying aware. So I started saying stay woke to everybody, man. Like, stay aware. Watch your surroundings. Watch who you be with. On site, it's just on sight. like I just gotta express that feeling. Like what you trying to do? Like, you trying to fight, or what's up? It's on sight. What's up?
And then the other thing that you're passionately known for throughout Twitter and our fan base is your reactions during the shows, because you are constantly watching the shows, and your reactions are some of the greatest things. That you've become a viral sensation for the most part. How do you attribute, like what are you thinking in your head when you're watching our shows, or any wrestling show for that matter? Because I bet it's not just AIW. You watch TakeOver, or you watch WrestleMania. I'm sure your reactions are the exact same.
All right, man. It's always been the same since day one. I never changed up. I don't know why people just sitting there not reacting to a good ass match. I'm just like, yo, y'all should be ecstatic. Y'all should be clapping your hands. Y'all should be saying this is awesome. Y'all should be doing that. Like, I can't be sitting there and just be like chilling. No. Like, these matches are high class in AIW. You got to react like this. I don't know what y'all doing. It's pandemonia.
So growing up, you referenced your football background a lot. What was your neighborhood like when you grew up? Did you grow up in a bad neighborhood?
Yeah, I grew up in a bad neighborhood, Cleveland. Straight from Kinsman, I grew up there. But I also went to Shaker Heights, and it really got me out of it. But at the same time, it started to become a little hood, So, but I stayed consistent on what I was doing, because football and wrestling was so important to me. I stayed away from all that drama. I stayed away from fights, doing drugs, all that. Like, I stayed completely away from that. And thank God that happened to me. Especially my teacher, Mr. V. He was like one of the fathers I had never had. Waking up every day in school just to see him every day in the morning. And he actually talked to me. He actually helped me, gave me some money just for some lunch. That really meant a lot to me, Like, those moments really impact my life to become the man I am today. Being nice to others, treat others well, respect others. So that's really how I became the man I am.
So without professional wrestling right now, where do you think you would be had you not, wandered into Cal Crowell's gym and met Johnny and myself and, the rest of the crew?
To be honest, I probably would be doing Tri-C, trying to become a police officer. So I actually wanted to do that, but man, them classes, bro, I just felt like it was draining me. Like, I couldn't. I feel like I'm strict. Like, I don't feel like doing these papers, man. I feel like I should be doing something around the world, something I could show a crowd what I could do. Like, I just feel like it wasn't me. And me and my mom had a very hard time because she really wanted me to stay consistent on Tri-C. I just did not want to do it. I just didn't. I was sick of it. I feel like I should be doing more. So pro wrestling really helped me find that mindset, that drive, you know.
So you made your debut over a year ago now, but about a year and a half into wrestling. How are you adjusting to it? You know, it's a little harder for someone like you because you don't drive, so getting to practice is hard for you. If you're taking outside bookings, it's hard for you. Everything's got to be kind of meticulously planned. So how are you adjusting to professional wrestling?
I consistently just hop in rides, you know, especially with you, Dom. I thank you for at least taking me out there, showing what I could do to other places like in Indiana, Kentucky, you know, whatever. So I just try to hop in as much as I can with other people rides, you know. I ain't gonna just sit in the back and not do nothing. You know, I'll pay for gas, food, whatever, man. You just say no more. I got you. You know, I ain't gonna just sit around in the back not doing anything. You know, I'll put in whatever they gotta do. So I do know I need to get my driver license. It's one of the things I really need to get. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get it this year, but yeah. It's one of those.
Okay, we're gonna go. I got about 3 more questions for you here. What has your favorite match been so far that you've had? You know, in this year and a half in AIW.
I would say that Wrestle Rager 3 because
your first main event.
Yeah, pretty much. Because
you know what? It's crazy because I remember one of the first shows you helped us at was the Double Dare Tag Tournament, and that's the famous Headhunters versus Eric Ryan Lucky 13 match where you freaked out because you didn't know the barbed wire was real and you didn't know the blood coming out of Lucky and Eric's heads was real, and you were ready to puke. And here you are in this crazy death match.
Yeah, it affected me a lot. I didn't even sleep that day. I did not sleep that day at all. I was over here playing. What was that game? God of War for some reason. I was playing God of War, like literally all night because I could not sleep, man. I was like, it helped me though. it
helped you get ready for that match at Wrestle Rager. Yeah. So why is Wrestle Rager your favorite match besides, of course, being the main event?
I know Wrestle Rager 3 was going to be a crazy crowd. I knew it was going to be insane. You know, I ain't know John Thorne was going to come out, though. You know, I was like, hold on. Stab me with that fork. I was like, this is pandemonium. But, man, just to have that adrenaline, the main event, it excited me. It excited me so much. It was insane. Like, that's why, like, that match is one of my favorites this year. You know, period.
Yeah. Thoughts of Johnny, Candace, and myself as your trainers?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on us as your trainers and how we've done so far?
Johnny, man, he been doing it big. He know what he doing. Come on, he know what he doing. But he messing up right now. Teaming up with Ciampa. I mean, you gonna have a problem in a minute. Like, I gotta come March 2nd, 3rd. He coming to Cleveland. Like, hey, Johnny, come here, man. I gotta talk to you. This is outrageous.
What's the training? What was your training experience like with him and then me?
He was cool. He taught me a lot. Candice LeRae taught me a lot, like how to chain wrestle, how to move in the ring. I remember she always taught me like that's why I got that in my head to this day. Johnny. He was very consistent what he was doing. I absolutely listened to everything he said. So, I had no problems, after getting the nerves out of my way, like, because he's actually a WWE superstar, not, in NXT, but actually, like, getting to know him just a little bit, just a tiny bit was very, very cool to me.
So much to the point that in your My Career mode in WWE 2K, you got put up against Johnny, and you couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't.
You got yourself counted out, right?
Sadly, I had to. I ain't played that game in like 3 days, but I was like, man, fine. I give up. I got to do it, man. Because, come on, man. I'm not ready to face Johnny. Not in no video game. I'm not ready for that. Not in real life either. Like,
so transition here. You're at the Academy about 2.5 months. Johnny... He gets the call. He wins the NXT tag titles. They tell him, Johnny, you got to move to Florida. it ends up being me as your head trainer. What's your thought process at that point? You know, you got me who's a little over a year and a half into wrestling, and now I'm responsible for your career.
Yeah, I was cool with you, Dom. I was cool with you. I had no problems whatsoever. I knew Dom was consistent what he was doing. You know, he doing this jiu-jitsu thing for quite a long time. So I had absolutely no problem. Absolutely. I listened to everything you say. You know, you gave me a couple of moves to learn and, you know, develop. So, yeah, I had absolutely no problems with you, Dom. No.
So, do you see wrestling as like a new family to you now?
Yeah.
Speaking of family, Keith Lee.
Oh, my dream dad? What's
your
up?
Dream dad? Is he maybe your dad? Do we know?
I asked my mom. I'm not making this up. My mom, as soon as I got done with this one, the Death Row show, yeah. I went in my mom's car, like, hey, it's Keith Lee, Dad, I'll put him a picture. Like, what's going on? I need to know this. Because actually sitting down and talking with him, he like the anime I like, the video games I like. I'm like, whoa, this is mind-blowing. This is mind-blowing right now. So it was like, he gotta be my dad. That's why that exact day, to this day, I believe he my dad.
You asked your mom if she maybe made a rendezvous in Texas about 19 years ago, right?
Yep, legit.
Okay, I gotta turn the page. You have an open mic right now. We're on Patreon, so I know your girlfriend is not listening, but she's not paying to subscribe.
Okay.
You have an open mic. Make your plea to Faye Jackson right now.
Ah, man, come on, man. You know,
your girlfriend's never going to hear this.
Listen,
she literally just messaged me because I posted a picture saying Twancast V2, and she said, yay. So let it go. Make your plea to Faye Jackson right now.
Listen, when I first met Faye, I was like, oh my God, who is this? Who is this beautiful woman? I watched mostly all her matches in Woman of Honor and all that. I watched it all, bro. Like, who is this girl? And when I found out she was coming to Cleveland, I had to get that picture with her. And after that, we've been good friends. And a lot of people was teasing me, if do I fell in love with Faye? Yes, I love Faye, but not like that, I respect her personal business. She got a husband.
Actually, no, they split up. True story. Whoa, big 20 for a loop, folks.
See, now you mind blowing my mind right now. So it's like, now I got to make a decision here of what should I do. But right now, I just want to stay. I just want to be friends with her. Okay, that's it.
Man, this is the second biggest decision to come to Cleveland since LeBron James.
Yeah.
Got a couple more questions for you here, Twan. What has it been like, meeting some of these legends and big name wrestling stars that, you watch on TV back in the day? Guys like Hornswoggle, guys like Bob Orton, Booker T, Yeah,
Booker T, yeah. Very nice. Very cool. I would have never thought in a million years I'd see Booker T, Hornswoggle, Bob Orton, who else?
Crime Time?
Crime Time. I get a picture with them. They said no. I was heartbroken. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, what I do?
That's rough.
But Jeff Jarrett, Godfather, Arn Anderson, that was absolutely amazing. That's why I love AIW. I would have never thought in a million years I'd ever actually get to see these people, talk to these people, and they was blessed enough to have that, and I'm glad I'm a part of it. Part of his family.
What's it been like to share the locker room with those guys?
Oh, it was real cool. Actually, like getting to talk to them, get advice from them, picking their brain, like see how they work in the ring, and out of the ring. Absolutely amazing, especially Keith Leeds,
What does the future hold for Big Twan Tucker in 2019 and beyond?
2019 and beyond. get some new shirts. I'm definitely going to get some new shirts this week, maybe next week or so. I'm definitely going to promote myself out there now. I definitely got a lot of things coming pretty soon. You know, I don't know. I definitely got to become better. Yeah, I know I can be. You know, I just as a young man, you know, I need to start being more focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. But 2019 is going to be very special for me. I know it from the start. I want to face a lot of more people that will challenge me. You know, I know a lot of legends gone right now, but there's absolutely a few legends I want to face. You know, so I can learn from them. It's definitely. I just want to do the uncomfortable and make it comfortable. So yeah, 2019 is going to be a very, very special place for Big Twan.
Good. Well, I think that's a good point to end on. Twan, thank you so much for joining me on the first episode here of School Sucks on the AIW Patreon page. Real quick, Twitter handle, Instagram handle, give it out to the fans so they can follow you if they don't already.
Instagram is Twitter's the same thing, so big_Twan_Tucker.
Okay, well, there it is, folks. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on the first episode of School Sucks. Once again, also as well, thank you for contributing to the AIW Patreon page. Check out this podcast, the other new exclusive podcasts that we are dropping, as well as those alternate show commentaries. The AIW Patreon is going to be a lot of cool stuff like this. So thank you, guys, and we'll see you next time.
All right.